obviously, like, when you're on breaks, you kind of don't want to see each other, you don't want to have any memories, so you put pictures down. So basically that's what he's saying, like, I don't want to really see you because I'm trying to take a break from you because you drive me fucking crazy, kind of thing. But then when shit's back together good again, we make amends, we put them back up, and obviously I'm back to banging you and you scratching my back up. But then we sit and chill until, and then shit out of nowhere, from going chill to getting shit gets real, then you call your friends over to like back up, to back you up. So I like that. That was the fifth way he said it. But then he ends it, goes, that's when reality hits us like a Mack truck. And when it comes to love, we got bad luck, but oh well. And that's where it leads into, what's it called? You know, the song where can't forget the memories made in the coldest winter. So that's where I think the term temporary forever comes from, for where, like, you know, we're going to just be on this sequence where things only happen, they're not going to last long. Like, us being happy is not going to always last long. We're going to always fight, break up, then get and make amends. And it's like things are going to feel like temporary, but it's going to be forever, a repeating sequence like this. That's where he's kind of getting the terms from the track list. I think that was pretty dope. You know what I mean? So the way he put that together. And he goes, in relationships about compromise, trust is strength, only the strong survive. So first verse, he's basically, you know, breaking down the situation, explaining what's really going on. In the second verse, he's really going back the reasoning to why this goes on and why you should believe in something that may not seem to hold sustainability in terms of I guess, stability. You know what I mean? And there's a reason why, you know, like, even if there isn't, you know, like, lasting stability, it's worth investing in it, because, you know, relationships is always about compromise, and trust is strength, the only strong survives, which is basically talking about faith, love, forgiveness, and trust. I'm sorry. So faith, trust, and forgiveness. That's really where it's coming in. And, you know, he's really talking about that's where the strongest of the strong still stays, you know, strong through whatever relationship they in. Lord knows you made a few mistakes, but you remain perfect through my mama's eyes. So that's interesting. He didn't say through my eyes. He said my mama's eyes. Now, when it comes to dudes and their mama, they're always gonna have to always be speculative about whatever females with their sons. So that's where he's kind of like bringing that up, making it a bigger picture. Like, you still remain perfect through my mama's eyes, even though you've had all these few mistakes. That means my mama still fucks with you. So like, he's like, that's pretty much like a green check, like a huge cosign for any female that's in the relationship with a dude. So that was pretty cool right there. I like how he used that. Instead of saying my eyes, he said my mama's eyes, which makes you think about it a little more. I like that. And I told you things that no one knows. When I picture us, it's us growing old. Not a day goes by, I don't thank God, because he took his time and you broke the mold. I know you want, okay, that part I was like, what the fuck? So I think he's saying not a day goes by, I don't thank God, because he took his time to try to create you, but you rushed things and broke them all. I think that's what he's saying. That's pretty interesting right there. This song is a lot colder than what it looks like. I might not even be doing it full justice trying to break it down, but I still gotta do it, man. There was a huge burden. Now the weight is up. I may have cut some hoes, but they made the cut. That was a clean one right there. They didn't make the cut for his expectations, so he cut the strings with them loose. You on point and I'm on point. It just us. It makes sense why we laying up, but sometimes your odds just ain't enough. The truth sets in and she can't adjust, but oh well. I like how he does that. Like, he's still like, oh well, gotta still keep moving on. And when he goes by, but sometimes your odds just ain't enough. What I think he's trying to say, man, is like, you know, like, I guess maybe your odds as in your flaws, it's just over, and it's just ain't enough to match your good or whatever. You know what I mean? So I think maybe that's what he means, but I could be wrong. But you know, I think just the bridge though by Euroz was pretty interesting. We have done some things, and you and I are proud of. They can talk, but they don't know a thing about us. Ask yourself where we would be without trust. And you know, I mean, that's a pretty big thing for relationships to have. You gotta have trust in one another, because if you don't have that, if you don't have trust that the ship's gonna stay strong through all kinds of weather, you know, I mean, let's just say that you jumping off board means that you really ain't gonna rock with that boat anymore. So that was pretty interesting what he did there. So we're gonna move on to the next track number 8. This one's titled Drea, and I'm gonna tell you right now, this is just completely a man attempting to holler at a celebrity female who he really got a thing for. Very similar to what Tory did with Tiana on the track Tiana, and on the track Karuche, for getting up those two girls. But for some reason, when niggas title a song after a female that they really feel like, those songs always turn out to be such a good joint, man. I don't know what it is, but let's keep going.
She's past 40, she know it, but I'm sure there's another side. I play the gun, you're single. Girl, I love the vibe. Girl, I love the vibe. You go to school and you work for shit. Everything you own, you had to work to get. I admire you. Thirsty shit. When you're in the mood, I pray that on the first you head out. Next to a king is where you should be. Working towards the potential on what it could be. Though it's hard to tell what bitches want from a nigga. Aside from bragging rights and some good deed. She like that's vice versa though. Next we discuss shit I feel was quite personal. I don't settle, but I'll settle down with the right person though. Cook, clean, smart, you know someone that's quite versatile. And honestly, you somebody I could see a future with. Not like these superficial and shallow bitches I used to hear. The bill is on me, but the time and place you can pick. They won't hear Zales, the diamond place you can pick. Cause I just wanna see you shine. They don't see your worth and stay lost.
Yep.
Some say that love is blind. Or is it us until they play Ray Charles? Some call thirst, I call persistence. Lust could easily turn into love in just very instant. You got something a nigga really want. Although the grass always looks greener from a distance.
That's some weird shit. I wonder where I put it at. Damn. But yo, this song was a banger, man. Shit. So, a couple of lines that I wanted to bring up here. Which was pretty cool. You know what I mean? So he goes like, I won't settle, but I'll settle down with the right person though. So he's saying I won't settle for less, but I will settle down for the right person. He was talking about cook, clean, smart, you know, someone that's quite versatile. And honestly, you somebody I could see a future with, not like these superficial shallow bitches I used to hit. So he's like, I'm done being a player if you're really real about being real. But I like how the line right here, he goes, you know, you go to school and you work and shift, everything you own, you have to work to get. I admire you, no thirsty shit when you're in the mood. I pray that I'm the first you hit up. I like how he did that right there. But I thought this was interesting where he goes, the bill is on me, but the time and place you can pick. Then we'll hit Zales, the time and place you can pick. So there he's talking about, I mean, it could be vague, it could be, you know, just playful, where he's like, you could pick wherever you want the diamonds to be at. But I'm thinking he's hoping that she picks this diamond that goes on this finger, the left finger, or on the left hand. So I'm pretty sure that's probably what he was trying to imply there, like, kind of like, you can pick, but I'm hoping you pick that, you know what I mean, kind of thing right there. It's a cool song, I like this. But yeah, I mean, MLB he's just on fire, bro, from track after track after track. What he and Euroz had, man, on this and going forward, like, they had a solid connection, like, to the point where you don't even hear MLB's tags anymore, because he's like, fuck it, my music is part of Euroz identity, so you know what, he can go with it. So I fuck it. It's like these dudes are definitely like linked up together, man, and you know what, I'm all for this, man. Keep going, man. I think what they do is gonna be legendary, man, you know. So we're gonna move on to the next track, track number 9, The Recipe.
President Jeff.
All right, President Jeff, let's get it. He don't sleep either. Give me 1 second.
These are nights you look back on. Me, my crew, some of my friends. If it ain't a table with the hottest spot, chances are I would not attend. When you getting money, then your status change. Ain't fucking with it. She not a 10. Bring bottles in. They all wanna fuck us all on their face. Trying to keep it bottled in. The takeover, that's the goal now. G's up, hoes down. She a Cali chicken, I'm a Vegas nigga. Fly bitches get flown out when she roll up. I know it's real. Death wish, blow and kill. The mother niggas just practice shorty. This red shit, you should know the drill. That purple shit, and that's right. That's what she called.
Death, kiss, blow, and kill. I don't know if he was talking about, and it just hit me as an analogy where he was talking about death kiss as in a blowjob and kill you, which basically is like saying, you know, how sleep is the cousin of death in a sense. I don't know if that's what he was trying to do a connection with. I could be wrong. It could just be the way it is right now, like just a simple wordplay there, but I don't know if there was a deeper meaning behind that. But we're gonna keep going.
She asked me where I live. I told her mostly in the moment.
Yep.
If you want the shit, you better own it. You won't regret this in the morning. Grade A's when we rolling. Girl, let's go. Chop it up. 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 Can we smoke it? Have the blunt. Say she wanna ride. She removes those and go grab the cups. Eat the pussy till she scream, that's enough. Look, if she catch your feelings, tell it go long. If fuck for hours, I can go long. Eyes red like the stove's on. You should fuck with me, you can't go wrong. I thank God. Cause it ain't no secret, he blessed you. All that ass, I like what I see. I'm just trying to get behind it like a bastard. You come first, baby, I'ma come second. What you know about it, one night exception. I shouldn't have to text it for you to get the message. Lean got me coming down like Tetris. That purple shit, and that's right. That's what she growing. She asked me where I live. I told her mostly in the moment. If you want the shit, you better own it. You won't regret this in the morning. Grade A's when we rolling. Girl, let's go. Chop it up. Girl, let's go. Chop it up. Girl, let's go. Chop it up. Girl, let's go. Chop it up.
Major League Beats and President Jeff, those two just know what they doing, man. The way those two work together for Euroz, it's just for me, like when I'm listening to Play Picasso and C6 work together for Tory, some magical shit right there. Or in Juicy J's case, when Southside and TM88 get together, that's a deadly duo combination right there when those two are working together for Euroz with Jeff and Major League Beats. I don't know why I fucking spaced out there for a second. But so to me, where really you get the whole context of the track title, which is the recipe, is right here. So he's talking about what comes up to be the build up for a great one night stand. He's talking about first that purple shit in the Sprite. That's what she pouring. She asked me where I live. I told her mostly in the moment. Very catchy right there. If you want the shit, you better own it. You won't regret this in the morning. Great days when we rolling. And then he goes, girl, let's smoke, chop it up, vibe, and fuck. So I like how he's doing that. Smoke, chop it up, vibe, and fuck. He's saying that 4 times essentially. So it's like, there you go. That's the recipe for having a great one night stand, as you getting yourself warmed up with that, you know what I mean? The lean and the Sprite, the dirty Sprite. Essentially how, like, in a fancy woman's term, when she's drinking a glass of wine and, you know, gets into a nice firm mattress with a monsieur that's going, I guess, tenderize that pussy up. So, the hook right there was catchy. The hook is really catchy. To me, this song definitely, if it didn't need to be radio friendly, would definitely be something, let's say on Sirius XM, where it could have been a big, kind of like a splashy single for Euroz. I mean, this song right here would put him on the fucking map if need be. You know what I mean? So, yeah, on the uncensored radio playlist for any hip hop station whatsoever, this song during that time should be on there, man. The recipe, hands down, this song would definitely get that on there. But he goes on the second verse and he goes like, look, if she catching feelings, tell her go along, like move on. The fuck for hours I can go long. Eyes red like the stoves on. And he's talking about the old fashioned stove with the wiring. And then he goes like, I thank God, cause it ain't no secret he blessed you. All that ass, I like what I see. I'm just trying to get behind it like investors. Come first, baby, I'ma come second. What you know about a one night exception? I shouldn't have texted you for you to get the message. Lean on me. Lean got me coming down like Tetris. Okay. I like that. So he definitely, with the second verse, he kind of closed up the deal and gave it true closure, and then he let the verse take care of the rest, essentially. Yeah, this was a dope song, y'all. I like it. I'm not gonna lie, I usually just listen to Euroz. Back then when I first listened to this project, I would just vibe out, and some of the songs that would stick to me are like songs that lyrically I felt connected to with what he was talking about. You know what I mean? The other joints like this, I would always just kind of like bypass it, be like whatever. But now, as I really like delve into the lyrics, I'm like, you know what? I like this song. It's pretty catchy. It's pretty cool. You know what I mean? And he's definitely finesse on that shit. So, ain't no doubt about it. With that being said, he's going to build on that term, one night exception, on track number 10, which is in an abbreviation. Or not abbreviation, what they call it. Not abbreviation. Fuck. But basically, it's spelled out as O-N-E, as in one night exception. We're going to get to that track right now. It's like an interlude. Acronym. That's the fucking word I was looking for. Acronym.
This ain't what you're used to. Your beauty by yourself is astounding. Shows you the life you weren't familiar with. Allow me to say I'm from Seattle, flew with talents out to South Beach, yeah. A bottle of wine, your body's the sign. I plan on making you Yale, no college in mind. Baby, don't take offense, positive vibes. Tonight is I love you, tomorrow's goodbye. Now I know this gonna sound like it's candy, girl, but I'm feeling like we were destined. All this shit I wanna like stand, no. More than one night exception. 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 One night, 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 one night.
Now, first person to say, oh, he's giving me party next door vibe. I'm like, chill. But I could understand if he felt that in the first 10 seconds or so. But definitely a different type of singing, I promise you that. But I want to get to this real quick. All you lame producers that don't know how to fucking make beats in 2019, 2020 and so on. This is how you use a clap and really make it at its best. You gotta have your 808 come through and vibrate going throughout them knockers. If that shit only hits as a kick, that shit's gonna feel short and it's just gonna feel like it's close but no cigar. Basically, you ain't got enough to finish the job. Alright? So once again, thank you MLB, Major League Beats. You obviously are here playing in the major league, not in the minor leagues like some of these little kids who don't know how to fucking produce. But yeah, there you go. But I like the song because it's just the vibe was always dope about this, man. The city of Miami is what surrounds me. And I like how he goes in there. Shawty from Seattle, flew with talents out to South Beach. Yo, that shit right there, man. Oh, man. You know, a bottle of wine, your body's designed. I plan on making you yell, no college in mind. I like that because he's like, I'm planning on making you yell, as in Y-A-L-E, Yale University, no college in mind. But he's talking about Y-E-L-L, Yale. So he's using the double entendre meaning right there, in case you didn't get it. So I thought that was pretty cool. Baby, don't take offense. Positive vibes. Tonight's I love you, tomorrow it's goodbye. And then he goes like, now I know this is gonna sound like it's game, girl, but I'm feeling like we destined. We can't call this shit a one night stand because of that. More like a one night exception. And he's like, I'm hoping maybe this one great night can lead into something bigger and something cooler. To me, I think that's a pretty interesting thing, man. I mean, if you got like let's say you got a couple that's in their 90s and they're like, oh, how did they meet? Oh, we met at a hotel, really conversed, and it just led into one crazy night, but I had to go run off, do something, and you know what I mean? Like, and she told me, hopefully we'll see what this lead into, you know, kind of like that. And like, they just talk about how like it was like a one night, and they're like, they're gonna be like, was it really a one night stand? But it's more like a one night exception to kind of like, you know, go ahead and get to it without going through the whole process of, you know what I mean, dating, getting in marriage before, you know what I mean? It's like, we want to get to the good stuff real quick first, you know what I mean? Just kind of like bypassing all that protocol shit. So I think that's an interesting way to put it, you know what I mean? Like one night exception, because he feels like this could be something that we could continue to build on. But like right now, I'm so into you that I just really want to, you know, caress you, kiss you, all that, you know what I mean? All the good stuff. I like that. So this song was pretty dope, man. With that being said, track number 11. Whoo! This one's a doozy. One of the two major doozies on this track. So, give me 1 sec. Quick note, I think this might be the longest Vibe Out episode that I will cover in any series. Just because of how many tracks is on here and how deep I'm getting into it. I'm already at 1 hour and 30 minutes, and I'm only halfway through this. That's crazy. It's gonna be 3 hours, y'all. 6 parts to this motherfucker. Anyways, track number 11, Subconscious. Let's get it.
At night is when I daydream the most. By far. With no visions of my future, the shit's pitched all black. The devil sending text messages, and it's all caps. Planting seeds, hoping I believe that it's all facts. Like, do you really see yourself becoming rich off rap? I really do. With the help of my crew, we're a conglomerate. This time, a few years back, the total opposite. A 4, 5, and a 9 was the numbers. I solved my problems way back when I wore a Batman mask. It was robbing shit. With all this work I put in, will it ever show? With all the songs I put out, will one ever blow? Fuck a song, will I ever blow? I guess until that time comes, we'll never know. I'm really going places. Is you rolling with it? I ain't just envision this life, I chose to live it. They say fame is like a drug, I hope you know your limits. Know what you want, but don't sell your soul to get it.
Alright, right there on the first verse, I'm gonna break it down to you. Because you're gonna get some Jay-Z skits going in. But with no, like, first things first, when he goes, at night is when I daydream the most. That right off, I was like tuned into this shit. With no visions of my future, the shit's pitched all black. The devil sending text messages, and it's all caps. Planting seeds, hoping I believe that it's all facts. Like, do you really see yourself becoming rich off rap? Man. Like, he's questioning, like, do I really think I can make this? You know what I mean? At 4, 5, and a 9 was the numbers I solved my problems with. Back when I wore a Batman mask and I was robbing shit. So he's talking about Batman, Robin. I like that term right there with the Batman and Robin reference. Was cool. But like I said, this is where he's really questioning it. He's subconsciously wondering if he can really do this. You know what I mean? With all this work put in, will I ever show? With all these songs I put out, will one ever blow? Fuck a song. Will I ever blow? Guess until that time comes, we'll never know. Yeah. They say I'm really going places. Is you rolling with it? I ain't just envisioned this life, I chose to live it. They say fame is like a drug. I hope you know your limits. Know what you want, but don't sell your soul to get it. Go ahead.
You know, it's like this thing, this love, hate thing that the world has with success, period. It deals for the most part with success. It deals with people who you started your life off with and what success does to them. People look at you strange saying you changed, like you worked that hard to stay the same, like you're doing all this for a reason. And what happens most of the time, people change.
I doubt most of these niggas hip to what I'm on. Trying to get my body adjusted to different time zones. Insomnia strikes, and that's usually when my mind roams. In search of creativity, I need to leave minds blown. Success is what my mind's on. Trying to get my team a win. Large revenues like a huddle, my niggas bring it in. Peace sign in front of that foreign, that means seeing Ben. See that nigga hate to break the news to you CNN. And if you see a passenger beside me, know that she a 10 or a 9 like Rondo. And my condo is where she attends. In her life, I put the D up in. I need a rider, so she hopped up on top and gave me a spin. Then it's back to the city, me and my clique running. How the fuck is y'all the hottest? Did I miss something? When you stand out, they always got their hand out. That's constipation, my nigga. You ain't got shit coming.
I gotta pause this real quick, man. Okay, so let me get into it. So verse 2, I think this is where he really gets in. I doubt most of these niggas hip to what I'm on. Trying to get my body adjusted to different time zones. Insomnia strikes, and that's usually where my mind roams. In search of creativity, I leave to minds blown. So, I like that right there. And of course he goes, success is what my mind's on. Trying to get my team a win. Large revenues like a huddle. My niggas, bring it in. I like that shit. That shit was like, we're gonna rank in all the winnings together. You know, large revenue. So I get that. Peace sign in front of that foreign. That means he in bands. Oh, he's talking about peace sign. Okay, I see what he's talking about. Peace sign in front of that foreign. That means he in bands. He that nigga. Hate to break the news to you, CNN. If you see a passenger beside me, know that she a 10 or a 9 like Rondo, and my condo is where she attends. That was like back and forth. Two bars in one package. I like that. In one line, man. Know that she a 10 or a 9 like Rondo, and my condo is where she attends. In the life I put the D up in. I need a rider, so she hopped up on top and gave me a spin. Then it's back to the city, me and my clique running. How the fuck is y'all the hottest? Did I miss something? Since y'all want to shoot heat, did I miss it? I like that. I like that. When you stand out, they always got their hand out. That's constipation, my nigga. You ain't got shit coming. Go ahead, man. Shit.
People change around you because they start treating you different because of your success. So you are changing. You don't change who you are, the core of who you are, the things you believe, the things you love, and the things you died for, and your principles. You don't change that, but you're going to change who you are. You're going to change. You know, you can't do the same things that you can't hang on the corner. Some people may not be comfortable with that. And then it deals with the other side of success, of how people look at you when you're successful. Media medals, people sue you, settle. Every step you take, every mind you get. So no matter how far you are, you still have that stigma on you of where you come from when you walk inside the door. Even if you have a tuxedo on, it's like...
Okay, so let me get into it. So verse 2, I think this is where he really gets in. I doubt most of these niggas hip to what I'm on. Trying to get my body adjusted to different time zones. Insomnia strikes, and that's usually where my mind roams. In search of creativity, I leave to minds blown. So, I like that right there. And of course he goes, success is what my mind's on, trying to get my team a win. Large revenues like a huddle. My niggas, bring it in. I like that shit. That shit was like, we're gonna rank in all the winnings together. You know, large revenue. So I get that. Peace sign in front of that foreign. That means he in bands. Oh, he's talking about peace sign. Okay, I see what he's talking about. Peace sign in front of that foreign. That means he in bands. He that nigga. Hate to break the news to you, CNN. If you see a passenger beside me, know that she a 10 or a 9 like Rondo, and my condo is where she attends. That was like back and forth. Two bars in one package. I like that. In one line, man. Know that she a 10 or a 9 like Rondo, and my condo is where she attends. In the life I put the D up in. I need a rider, so she hopped up on top and gave me a spin. Then it's back to the city, me and my clique running. How the fuck is y'all the hottest? Did I miss something? Since y'all want to shoot heat, did I miss it? I like that. I like that. When you stand out, they always got their hand out. That's constipation, my nigga. You ain't got shit coming. Go ahead, man. Shit.
People change around you because they start treating you different because of your success. So you are changing. You don't change who you are, the core of who you are, the things you believe, the things you love, and the things you died for, and your principles. You don't change that, but you're going to change who you are. You're going to change. You know, you can't do the same things that you can't hang on the corner. Some people may not be comfortable with that. And then it deals with the other side of success, of how people look at you when you're successful. Media medals, people sue you, settle. Every step you take, every mind you get. So no matter how far you are, you still have that stigma on you of where you come from when you walk inside the door. Even if you have a tuxedo on, it's like...